lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I have recreated the makeup and hair I wore to a reception a few weeks ago. Here are a couple of pictures and my outfit was from Anokhi in Leicester. And it's such a gorgeous look to wear for Diwali and Eid, so I thought I'd film it for you. So if you'd like to see how I got the makeup and hair for this, then let's get straight to the tutorial. I started off by priming my lids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Lemon Drop. I like this because it reduces any kind of redness on my eyelids. With Booty Call from the Naked 2 palette, I'm taking that on my shading brush by Real Techniques and applying that to my brow bone as a really gorgeous highlight. Using some small post-it stickies, I'm putting that on the outer parts of my eye. This helps with any kind of eyeshadow fallout and it creates a nice sharp line. I used Vanau by Illamasqua on my MAC 224 as the transition colour, and I've got to tell you guys, this right now is my favourite transition colour because it's such a gorgeous matte brown shade. Then I used the Kiko stick eyeshadow in the shade 09, which is a really nice turquoisey teal colour, and put that on all over my eyelid. And I tried to make sure that it wasn't too far into the transition colour, and then also blended it slightly with my finger. Taking Freak and Fringe from the Urban Decay Electric palette, I put that on top of where I applied the Kiko eyeshadow stick and really packing it on. This really helps intensify the colour and also makes it last even longer. I then took Contrast by MAC on my 140 Japanesque brush and added that to the outer V of my eye. And I really layered this up into the outer V and slightly into the crease of my eye just to give my eye a bit of a 3D effect and a really nice shadow to it. I then peeled off the two post-it notes from the sides of my eyes, and then with the same brush I just went over the contrast eyeshadow just so that it wasn't too harsh looking. I went again in with the transition colour and just added a bit more of that into the crease just to warm it up a little bit. I then lined my upper waterline using my favourite Perversion eyeliner by Urban Decay. And then I added a winged eye by using the Ico Skinny Liquid Eyeliner. And here you can see how literally I take a good amount of time making sure that I'm getting the flick just right and taking small baby strokes as well. I just love wearing a winged eye with like Indian clothes. Then for mascara, I used my False Lash Telescopic Mascara by L'Oreal, and I added about 2 or 3 layers of this because I didn't actually wear eyelashes on the day because I had no time. And this I think does the trick for giving you really nice full lashes. I got a baby wipe and just wiped off any kind of excess eyeshadow that I could see before it was time to put my foundation and everything on. And so my eyes at the end looked like this. I used my MAC Face and Body and YSL Touche Éclat foundation just because my skin is in a bit of a weird colour stage at the moment because of my tan, so I've been mixing a lot of my foundations and yeah, just trying to get the right colour for me. But yep, I'm applying this on with my favourite beauty blender and just making sure it's nicely blended into the skin. I used the Maybelline Eye Eraser and Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer as my concealer, and it's acted as a bit of a highlight as well because it is a lot lighter than my skin. So I put that on underneath my eyes in a weird triangle shaped shape, a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and also just slightly above my jawline. Then I went back in again on top of the highlighted areas with my beauty blender and really blended this into the skin. It's always a really good tip not to move the product around too much, but simply like press it into the skin so you're not moving any highlight around your face where it shouldn't be. For contour, I used my Crushed Walnut eyeshadow by Natural Collection on my Charlotte Tilbury sculpting brush and applied that to the hollows of my cheeks and into my temples, all around my hairline as well, and also on my jawline. I decided to contour my nose really slightly using the Sigma E40 brush. For bronzer, I used a Sephora press powder in a deep brown colour and applied that just over the contour just to warm my face up a little bit and yeah, just make me look a little bit more bronzed up. I've rediscovered my favourite NARS Dolce Vita blusher, and I put that on the apples of my cheeks, and I've literally missed this blusher so much. It's such a gorgeous colour. For my cheek highlight, I used the Mary Luminizer by The Balm Cosmetics on my Real Techniques setting brush. I just love this highlighter, it's so beautiful, and I also put this down at the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead and my cupid's bow. Then I got some more of the contrast colour by MAC on my angled brow brush by Real Techniques, and I applied just a little bit of eyeshadow into my lower lash line. I used Twice Bake eyeliner by Urban Decay in my lower waterline because I wanted a bit of a softer look, so I always go for brown when I want a softer kind of eye look at the bottom. Again, going in with the same False Lash Telescopic Mascara on my bottom lashes as well. I totally forgot to set my under eyes, so I'm going in with my Ben Nye Banana Powder and yep, just setting my under eyes and any other areas that I highlighted. Now onto that red lip, I used MAC's So Chaud, which is my favourite red colour from them, and yeah, just applied that all over my lips. And I didn't use a lip liner because on the day I really didn't have any time, so yeah, I'm not using any right now either. To set the whole look, I used this Tarte setting powder on my Real Techniques powder brush, and yep, just went and set all of my face. Now time to show you how I did my hair. I made a side parting at first, just on any side that I was comfortable with, and then I took the front sections from ear to ear and then kind of gripped them to the side so that they didn't get in the way. Then I went into the back sections and started backcombing. I took long horizontal sections and then just grabbed my comb and started backcombing away, and once I had backcombed each section, I also sprayed it with a little bit of hairspray. I did make sure that I got all the sides of the hair as well, so that the volume was kind of even all the way around. I carried the backcombing down up until kind of halfway through my head and made sure again that it was all backcombed all the way around the kind of section that I took, so that everything was nice and even. I then flicked all the hair back and just combed through the top section so that it was kind of smoother than it was before, and gave it one last spritz of hairspray. I then grabbed that backcombed section and tied it into a ponytail, just your bog standard normal ponytail. I then made a hole in the middle and pushed the hair over and under into the hole to make it look something like this. I pulled out some bits just to make it a little bit bigger and a bit more even from the front. Then I grabbed a section from the bigger half of my hair and just started plaiting it, making sure that the plait was angled towards the back of my head because I was going to wrap the braid back round into my ponytail. I then secured this braid with just a normal hair tie, and just to make it look a little bit fuller, I just pulled at the braid just so that it wasn't too flat. Then what I did was I wrapped the braid around and put it into that same hole that I made in that back ponytail. Once I did that, I took the hair bubble out and then wrapped that end of the braid around the previous topsy-turvy type ponytail thing that I created, and then just secured that in place with a few grips. Now time for the TIKKA. I got this TIKKA from Bombay Looks in Leicester, and I put a bobby pin into the little hole just below the grip. And then I parted my hair in the centre and simply pushed the bobby pin grip into my hair, and then secured that with like 2 or 3 grips just so that it was nice and in place. Before I put my side parting back, I just added a bit of back comb to make it look fuller. So that my TIKKA did not budge the whole time, I used some Duo adhesive glue, which is just eyelash glue, and put some on my finger and then applied it to the back of the TIKKA, waited for it to dry, and then pushed it into the place where I wanted it to stick. I then grabbed a bit of the front section and just pinned it into the braid so it was a little bit out the way, and then pulled at it so it wasn't too flat. Really covering my TIKKA with my hand, I added a little bit of hairspray to my hair just to give it that final extra hold, and then I was done. I really hope you guys enjoyed the look and the hair. I really love creating these videos for you and I can't wait to do more Indian looks. But until next time, my lovelies, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!